What is up, guys? It is Lacedbyhook here, back for day 14, January 14th, 2025 of our vlog series. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yesterday's video. If you did, hopefully you liked, commented, and subscribed. Today we got something a little different going on. We posted on our Instagram yesterday to send us some questions. So we took down some questions for Q&A. So at some point today, we will be doing a little Q&A video. So that'll be interesting, but it'll be cool to get that done. There was a few good questions. We were waiting for the label from that homie who we sold the pair to, that sold it on StockX. It took him a while to respond, so we couldn't get it out yesterday, but we're gonna go ahead and head over to the post office, drop those off, and then we're gonna hit this Q&A. We're gonna go ahead and get into the Q&A. So first question we have, what is your best pickup in 2024? It's going to be these. This was my best personal pickup in 2024. Travis Scott Fragment Lows. Beautiful pair. Love these. Next up, best release in 2024. A good release that I don't have from 2024 that I really like would probably be the Dark Mocha Jumpman Jacks. They're a really sick pair. My favorite pair would probably be the CPFM Dunks. These ones right here. Really sick pair. Probably one of my top 5s. Just really expensive. Maybe eventually I'll add them to the collection, but for now they're out of range. The pair you will add to your personal collection in 2025. Probably those Supreme Dunks that are dropping. I know they're dropping the set of these 5. It's a really, really nice set. My top 3 would probably be the blue, the purple, and I like the green, but I like all black shoes too. So they're honestly all nice, all 5 of them. So I'll have to see closer to release date. What shoe would you say got you into sneakers? So originally it would have been just one of those Flight Jordans I had. I had like a super bright orange pair. They like popped like crazy. And that's the shoe that got me into shoes. But my first hype shoe would have been the Air Jordan 10 Retro Charlottes. Absolutely love this pair. I don't know why I ever sold it. If I ever come across a clean pair for a good price, I would definitely pick them up. Top 3 grails of all time. Now, my top 3 grails of all time, that's a really good question. Those CPFM Dunks, definitely one. Off-White Chicagos. I feel like they're on everybody's list. And last but not least, it would be these. These were always a huge grail to me. Having them in hand is just... Favorite clothing brand. Now, a brand that I have purchased from, I would say Hellstar. I love Hellstar pieces. They rarely miss. They have a few weird drops, but those drops still end up selling out, so you can't even talk. Like, I can't even say anything on it. So my favorite brand that I've purchased from would be Hellstar. My favorite brand that I've yet to purchase from, just because every time they happen to drop, it ends up being an odd time for me, would be Project Capri. These guys. They have some really sick stuff. A lot of their pieces sell out as well. And they usually don't restock stuff too often. So it's pretty unfortunate for me, but I know they have a jean drop coming up that I might try to go for. We'll see how I'm doing for money around the time of the drop. Now, we had this question twice. Where did the name Lacedbyhook come from? The laced part obviously comes from shoes. Lacing up your shoes. Who laced you up? Lacedbyhook. But the hook part was just my nickname before, and I just kind of took it and turned it into a brand. So now it's Lacedbyhook. When are you open to the public? So hopefully soon. I've been open by appointment only for about a month and a half now. We're just going over the last few things like logistically to be fully open. So hopefully don't quote me. Like I don't want to set a timeline on it. That's why I haven't like announced anything. but hopefully within the next month would be pretty cool. If we can get open around my birthday or before, it would be pretty cool. When did you start reselling? I started reselling in 2019. What motivates you to continue in what people say is a dying market? What motivates me in what people call a dying market would honestly be just to prove people wrong. Like, I love being told that I can't do something and then doing it. Like, I don't know. There's just something about that. A lot of you guys probably feel the same. Like, if I tell you, you cannot make money this year, now you want to go make money this year, right? Like, you want to say, no, like, what? I'll go prove you wrong. I'll go do it. Like, if you think I can't do it, I'll go do it. Any advice for someone just starting in 2025? Start with cheap pairs. A lot of these newer sellers, I le- I talk to a lot of you guys. I like a lot of you guys, but start with cheaper pairs. Like, if you're trying to sell to someone, think of it from a buying perspective. Would you rather their selection be two or three top of the line super expensive pairs? Or would you rather them have like 10, 15 different cheaper pairs you can pick from? So from a buying perspective, it's always better to have more of a variety. So if you're just starting out, go crank out marketplace deals. Try to find anything anywhere online. Talk to Instagram sellers, talk to people like myself, and you can always offer. Like, someone's price listed isn't always their best price. Yeah, sometimes, most of the time, they might say no, like, this is my price. But you can always shoot like 20 bucks under. It's the worst you're gonna hear back is no. If you had to start again from $0, how would you work up to your first 20 pairs? Pretty much as I just said, I would go crank out on every local marketplace, every seller I know or have heard of, any anywhere I know I can buy shoes, I would look for the best deals, even if I have to clean them up a bit. Like, it's honestly better if you can find something dirty and use that as your buying points. Like, oh yeah, I want this shoe, but it's super dirty. Like, there's all this, so I can only offer you this. So you would just start low and work your way up to more pairs or more expensive pairs. I always like having a variety. It's nice to have a few expensive pairs mixed in there, but obviously in the current market, the pairs that sell most are about 150 to $500. That's what people are paying for shoes right now. What do you think the sneaker market will look like at the end of 2025? So this year it seems like, with it being the Jordan year 40th anniversary, Jordan 1s came out in 1985. They're allegedly dropping a lot of these items like from the vault and stuff. I feel like it's gonna go either one of two ways. It's gonna continue how it is, and a lot of new releases are just gonna sit around retail except for the collabs and stuff like that. The odd one or two shoes exceptionally doing well, but most stuff is either gonna sit around retail or the market is just gonna skyrocket again. Because a lot of you probably know what's going on in Canada, but by the end of the year, we could have a totally different economy. So, in your opinion, which strategies are the best for reselling in 2025? Quick flips, holds, etc. Each one of those kind of caters to their own niche, really. Because you can do quick flips for lower profit. You can do holds for higher profit if the shoe is profitable. It's a little mix of both. I honestly do a little bit of both. I don't necessarily hold shoes, but I don't push to sell them. But I kind of try to maintain a decent volume weekly of different products selling. So it's like I try to make sure at least something is always selling. A lot of the bigger sellers can probably relate. It's not necessarily like how long you've had it. It's more of a month to month basis, cost to expenses thing. Like, you want to be making more money than you're spending each month. So like, yes, I'll track how long I've had stuff per se, but I'm not exactly holding it, if that makes sense. So I would say one isn't really better than the other. They just kind of each cater to their own niche. If you're fully free time, you can just quick flip, high volume, low margin. If you're a little bit more of a busy person already, like you have a day job, holds might be better for you. You can buy a few shoes, sit on them for a few months, and then sell them for a bit of a higher profit. If you had only $500 to spend, what's a fire fit to get from the store? Personally, I'm going with this shirt, these pants, and these shoes. I feel like that's a pretty good combination, and it fits within our $500 budget. It's all available in store now, by the way. How does the ticket system work in store? So in store, since we opened by appointment, we've had a little ticket system going. For every $100 you spend, you get a ticket, and it just has been going towards different in-store giveaways for credit and such. We've already given away $650. Favorite brand? I've already said my favorite brand for clothing wise, it would be Hellstar. Another brand I really like would be Supreme. They have a lot of versatile drops, different pieces. Favorite brand to wear that's not Nike, Jordan, or Yeezy? Now, I only have Nike, Jordan, and Yeezy for my shoes. But some shoes that are not Nike, Jordan, or Yeezy that I think are pretty cool are the New Balance 9060s. I'll throw up a colorway or two right here. I think they're a pretty good pair, and some of the Asics are pretty good sneaker wise. If you had the chance to collaborate with any other influencer, who and why? Two people that I think would be pretty cool to collaborate with would be Kicks with Frank and Rummy. They're both people that I watch their videos quite a bit, and it would be pretty cool to make some content with them. What got you into reselling? So, I was 2019, I would have been 16, and that would have made me eligible to work at my local Foot Locker. So I started working there in 2019, and shortly after, you're not supposed to, and I didn't know because I was just a little kid, but I started a reselling page, and our store closed about 2 years later, but it worked out because it kind of showed me the market for shoes in our area, and a lot of people kind of, like, I was young and people were referencing me as, oh, it's the shoe guy, like that guy works at Foot Locker. So I just kind of took that and said, hey, I can sell these. So I started selling them. What was the first shoe you ever sold? I think the first shoe that I ever sold would have been that bright orange Jordan. I hope I can find a picture. If I can't, it was just some mesh upper with a leather panel, and like I wore them to school for a year, and then I'd been watching some old YouTubers, and I was like, I'm gonna sell these. Most expensive shoes I've ever owned. So, owned personally would be these. The most expensive shoe I've ever sold. I don't think my most expensive sale is even a shoe, to be honest. I have a few clients who are big into designer items, so I've had them do like bigger designer cash outs. My most expensive shoe is probably like about this range that I've sold, like 1500 range probably. But that's going to wrap it up for the Q&A. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the questions. Thank you guys for asking the questions. But I think that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And be sure to turn on post notifications. And be sure to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat at Lacedbyhook. I have all of them in the description below. But that's going to be all for today. Lacedbyhook, signing out. Peace.